Hi guys, Durka Gaming here and welcome back to another video. Today we are going to have a look at PFPX or Professional Flight Planner X. I've been wanting to get this video out for a little while, so apologies if it's taken this long. As you know, just trying to do 101 different things, stream, get other videos out, learn new aircraft, etc, etc. But anyway, thanks for joining me. So I'm going to show you as much as I can. There's a lot of detail within PFPX. I'll be honest with you, I haven't actually looked at everything. I think there's a lot for me to learn as well. But today, or this video, is basically just going to show you the basics of it, how to set up aircraft, how to set up the TopCat if you're running TopCat, how to save plans, how to do ETOPS. I'll show you a little bit about ETOPS. I'm not 100% sure on ETOPS as well. It's something I'm learning as well. I'm familiar with it and what it is, so I'll show you a bit of that, and then I'll just show you things in general. You know, how to send to VATSIM, how to save, print, you know, sort of some basic stuff. So I'm going to show you as much as I can, as much as I know. And if you have any questions or if you want to know a little bit more, as always, just leave a comment below, and we can take it from there. So, alrighty. So what I'll try to do is, just to not confuse you guys too much, is I will start with sort of the options, and then we'll move across sort of from left to right, etc, etc. So if I jump around a little bit, I apologize, but as I said, I'm just going to try show you as much as I can, not confuse you. Yeah, just try get you up and running, get a plan in, and do all that type of thing. So alrighty. Okay, so the first thing I'm going to show you is program options. I guess this is important. This is basically, you need to set your options before you do anything. You know, so if you like, and I'll show you in a sec, if you like working in kilograms more so than pounds, then obviously you need to change that. If your main airport is in America, then make sure that your fuel policies are set to American, etc, etc. So the first thing is program options. So the first one is customize. So this basically is the quick access toolbar. So if you don't want route manager showing, you just untick it. If you don't want airport properties showing, if you want route restrictions showing, you just untick it, etc, etc. So that's all it is there. And then you've got these different styles as well, you can change. So let me just show you. So you can have blue style. There goes to that blue style there. If you want black style, it goes to that. So not very difficult. Whatever you want. What was Windows? Actually, I quite like the what was the silver? No, the blue style was quite nice. Actually, I'll leave it as that. Okay. Next, we have general. So this shows you who I am. You can put your user ID or your phone number, etc. I'm running the latest version. You can automatically check for updates. I've actually just recently bought a coupon again for the subscription. So you can still, you must understand, if you're running PFPX and your subscription runs out, you can still, it still works 100%. The only thing you can't do is, as it says there, service subscription required to access the META, the TAF, the WIND, organized track system, NOTAM data, etc. Alright, so you can run PFPX if you don't have a subscription, and I think I just paid €12, so what's that, about £10 or so. Alright, okay, planning. So this is what I mentioned earlier. So preferred units, so weight I prefer kilograms, length I like working in meters, and altitude is feet. Okay, route format, it's either the ICO or the FAA. I choose ICO. Default fuel policy, I fly all over the place, so but if you always find you flying in the States, so depending on what you want to fly, you can put US flag jet, US flag piston, or if you're flying European, etc., etc. Alright guys, it's really straightforward. There's nothing nothing too complicated. And then same with international flight, you can do the same. Long range flight, exactly the same. And then your class 2 airspace, the Navvy range, not 100% sure what that is. Something, as I said, I've not looked at every single detail. Again, someone can maybe comment and just give me, or maybe I should just look at the manual, which I have done, but clearly not concentrating on that. But anyway, default planning data. So you can change your tax. If you're finding you need more taxing, you can put 15 minutes. Taxi in, we can put 10 minutes. Again, all straightforward. And then hold at destination, so you can put in 30 minutes. 30 minutes at hold. All right. And then again, you can add some few things. Brendan, another flight crew member, etc., etc. All right. Okay, guys, fairly straightforward. Database. This is Navvy Graph, or if you're using, and I can never remember the name, Navvy Pro, is it, from Aerosoft? Yeah, so you can see I'm running the current one. It just shows you all the airport, runways, intersections, etc. All right. And then weather. If you're running different weather engines, so if you're not running other weather engines like Active Sky or Opus or Rex, you can just click online and it will pick up, it will download the winds and the METARs and the TAFs from the PFPX server. But remember what I said earlier, if you don't have a subscription, it's not going to pick that up. Okay. If you are running Active Sky like I am, just make sure that you find your Active Sky. I'm running Active Sky P3D and Active Sky for FSX, so I've just chosen my P3D one. But you need to find, and it says there, Active Sky path is the WinX underscore station list or the current underscore WinX snapshot, and those two text files sit within that path there. Alright. Same with Rex, just make sure it's telling you there you need to find the METAR report, so make sure you point to the right folder. And if you are running FSGRW, that's Flight Global something, I do have that as well. Make sure you're running to current WX. And you know what, I thought Opus now had a I thought Opus had a setting in here as well. Oh, okay. I don't know where I saw that, but yeah, I thought Opus did have one. But anyway, again, very straightforward. And what you can do, you can add some fixed wind here or wind profiles here. You can change all these things. Again, it's nothing. I just use my Active Sky. So, alright, but again, if you guys know all about this or want to put in different wind profiles, by all means go for it. Alright, weight. This is standard passenger and baggage weight. Alright, so if you want 80 kilogram passengers, children, actually maybe I should add children. What is the average child weight these days? God, I don't even know. Child, my daughter, maybe what, 20 kilograms maybe? And then infant, what is infant? 4 kilograms? God, I don't know. My daughter's 4 now, so anyway, not a big deal. You play around with that, whatever you want. Passengers, baggage per passenger, domestic 11, international. We can actually put that up because what is 23 is average normally these days, isn't it? And what's domestic? 20 in domestic. All right, I guess you can take an average, because obviously with some airlines, if you fly first class, you can fly or you can use up to 50 kilograms. I know on Singapore Airlines in domestic you're allowed 30 kilograms. So again, guys, it's all just personal preference. Okay. All right, airline codes. So this is quite handy in terms of if you fly with a VA. So for example, most of these are added already. So let's find one I actually recognize. There, African West Airlines, AFC, African Cargo, ACB. Let's find one Air Australia. Is there a company called Air Australia? Airline called Air Australia? Air Canada, ACA. So all very straightforward as well. So what I was saying is, if you fly with a VA, so what you can do, so a lot of the VAs are made up. Obviously you get BA Airline, British Airways. So British Airways will be there. So let's just have a look at British Airways. British Airways. Come on, there we go. So if you're flying for British Airways Virtual, you don't really have to add in because they automatically come under BA. So, all right. But then if you do fly for someone like I do, like Fly UK, that's a made-up airline, so they use UKV. I think it's UKV, and that's Fly UK. So there we go. So we can add it there now, and there we go. So I can add. Again, if you're flying for Durka Airways, which I hope most of you are, you can put my code in there, DD and Durka Airways. And you can, oh, why can't I add it? What happened there? What happened there? Let's have a look. Should we do that again? DD. I think I know what it was. Oh, not sure. Oh, maybe does it have to be 3? Durka Airways. Durka. No. Okay, you know what it is? I think it's because I know what it is. It's because it's picking up another DD. There we go. Guys, you know what I mean. Very easy. I'm getting silly now. So just add whatever you want there. Alright, very straightforward. Okay, and again, network. If you fly on VATSIM or IVAO, you just put in these, and I don't know where I got these from. I think it might have been default actually. But you just put in these text folders here, and I'll show you where you can find VATSIM and IVAO, where you can see other people and yourself. Okay, there we go. All straightforward. What I'm going to do, I'm going to just pop down to the bottom right here, so you can see again, there we go. You got sort of quick access here. It's showing you who I am, the Navvy Graph. I've got Active Sky. My tracks is online. That's because I've got a subscription. If you didn't have a subscription, you would get a little cross there, and there's my current date, time, etc., etc. All right. Okay, again, very straightforward, easy. Get that done at the beginning, and then you know that it's done, and you don't have to bother with that too much. Okay, so there's two types of things you can do here now. So, oh, no, we'll just say no there. Okay, so you've got this add, okay, or you've got new, and if you put your mouse over, you can see what the two do. Okay, so add a flight to a repetitive flight to the schedule, or begin a new non-scheduled flight. So basically, what you want to do, if you're going to know you're going to fly from Gatwick to Amsterdam every day or every couple of times, what you can do is you click the add there, okay, and you can start filling in all your flight details, which I will show you in a bit, okay, or you can just go to new, and then if you know you're only going to do that route once, so I'm going to fly from Johannesburg to Hong Kong, and you know that you don't want to put that part of your schedule, you just click new then. Alright, you click new. But as I said, if you want to add a flight or repetitive flight, you can just click, and then that adds it to your schedule. Alright, for the purpose of this video, I'm just going to show you new flight there. Okay, alright, so, and guys, I'll come back up to all this here at the moment. Alright, so hopefully you're all with me. Everything's fairly straightforward. Okay, so let's actually do a plan now. So we are flying on, let's use that BA flight. BA, it was BAW, eh? Was it BAW? BAW. God, let me just double check, it is BAW. British Airways. Yeah, I thought so. Sorry, BAW. Okay, flight number, let's just make it up, 789, and we are going from, say, Heathrow, EGLL, and we are going to Frankfurt. Is it EDDK, Frankfurt? What is EDU? What is Frank? Is it EDKK? Oh, Cologne. Sorry. All right, Cologne. There we go. Okay. Now, because I'm using Active Sky, it will automatically pick up the runway winds and the landing winds in Cologne. Okay. What I do normally, and this is just a little tip, is what I do is I launch Active Sky next first. So it takes a snapshot, because remember that Active Sky is picking up that weather snapshot text file. So what I do is I start my sim, then I start Active Sky, then I start PFPX, because I know, because Active Sky is already loaded, I know that when PFPX starts, it is getting my latest snapshot of the current weather at Heathrow. Alright, so that's what I would do. Start your Active Sky next. Okay, there it is there, Active Sky next, and then open PFPX, and that will get you a proper, alright, a proper snapshot. Okay, taxi out and taxi in. I thought I changed that, did I not save it? But same thing as well, whatever that setting was, you can just change it there. Taxi in. Alright, commercial flight number, I think it is BAW again, and it's, I think it's 789, something like that. Okay. Again, might have to just look at the manual just to get the proper what the commercial flight number is, but yeah, I think it's just a repeat of the airline and the flight number. So but anyway, to be honest, I don't fill that in. I don't think I actually even fill the airline in sometimes. So alright, type of flight, is it international, long range, or another, or domestic, or another flight? Maybe you're doing a, I don't know, whatever flight, a reconnaissance flight, whatever. So type of operation, is it scheduled, non-scheduled, general aviation, military, other, again, straightforward. I don't bother too much with that. Time of flight, standard time, estimated time, etc., etc. All the different times. Guys, go mad. You can fill in whatever you want there. Alright, aircraft. Alrighty, okay. So, you've got a list of aircraft here. What I want to show you now is how to get these aircrafts. Okay, so these are all the ones I've added. Alright, so what you do is, you see the little aircraft, and remember what I said about, let me just quickly go into the program. So these quick access toolbars is, I don't have route restrictions there, so let me click it. You will now see that I have route restriction up there. Alright, there we go. Okay, so it's just basically what you want as a shortcut menu at the top there. Alright, let's click on aircraft, and we say new aircraft. Alright, goody goody goody. Okay, so I'll try and show you as much as possible over here. Okay, registration. So G A B C. Okay, tail number, if it's got a tail number. Alright, what type of plane it is. And PFPX doesn't have a lot of the add-ons you can get, but they do have a lot of them, so you do have a nice choice here. Alright, we've got a brand new Airbus A320. Okay, actually let's use the Airbus. Alright, engines, what engines it uses. Some planes gives you a choice. I think if you choose 747, it gives you a choice. Yes, it does. Alright, okay, so let's go back to the Airbus. Okay, so you can choose your engines. Weight, it's either in pounds or kilograms, and length and altitude. Okay, so all this empty weight, the zero fuel, zero max takeoff is all standard. It's all been calculated by what type of plane you have chosen. So again, if we choose a ATR, there again you can see it changes all that. Okay, so that's already preloaded for you. Let's stick with our Airbus. Alright, okay. So, performance adjustment. Guys, if you a real big propeller head and you know all this takeoff burn, takeoff time, by all means add it. I don't use it. I just basically the way I do it with the aircraft is I choose my registration, I choose the type, and I let everything else get filled in. But as I said, if you know all these extra, by all means add it. Yeah, if you enjoy all that, add it all to the performance adjustments. Okay. Planning, again, this is threshold time, diversion, threshold distance. Again, this is all standard. By all means, if you're a propeller head or a planning guru, and you want to know all this stuff, by all means go for it. I just leave it as standard. So again, that should change if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, that should change. Okay. Alright, the next is the takeoff and landing performance, TopCat. So what you can do, you can even if you're not running TopCat as a separate, and I'm not going to go too much into TopCat because that's a whole new bit of software. But if you're not running TopCat, if you're not running a separate software, you can still add the takeoff and landing performances. Yeah, it is built in. So you can see we have the Airbus 320 there. Okay, so we can apply. You can allow assured takeoff, flex takeoff, or allow derated takeoff. So you can tick those as well even. Alright, and I'll show you, I will show you how to look at the performance module, alright, once we've added it there. Okay. Alright, so just add in whatever you're flying. Okay. Alternative airport planning. So if you know the minimum runway length, the ceiling, visibility, you can add that in there. Okay, you can change it to military, civil, or all. Should have it on all really. Default speeds. Okay, so this basically is your climb out. So we know that. So basically the three speeds here is 250. So you know at climb you're not allowed to go above 250 under 10,000. So that's telling you that. So it's restricting you to 250, and then after 10,000 it starts. Obviously you can get up to 300, and then at your cruise It's I think it's set standard to max 0.78. Okay, so those are your default speed schedules. Okay, so 250 for climb, then 300 once you've passed 10,000, and then your cruise. All right, LRC, and I did write this down. I did write this down. LRC, what was that again? I did write that down. Long range cruise, that's what it is. Sorry, yeah, long range cruise, or F Mach 0.78 as I had it there. Again, guys, if you want to change something, by all means add it there. Same with the descent. Okay, so you at your cruise speed, then you start descending, and then you start, you get below 10,000, and then you got to move to 250. All right, and it's the same with the diversion speed schedule. Those are your different speeds for climb, cruise, and descent. Again, guys, it's something I use just as standard. Let me see if it actually changes with a different plane. I can't actually recall. Yes, it does. It does. There we go. That obviously it would make sense to change. Yeah, I don't know why actually. I was stating the obvious there. So if you change it to a Saab, there we go. So climb, low speed. So yeah, so it does. So again, it's something standard I leave. So all right. And I've actually chosen the wrong one there because there's the two. Yeah. Okay. All right, guys. And then once you've added all that, you can click save. But I'm just going to quickly show you the two other tabs here as well. Alright, so equipment configuration. Basically, I'm not 100% sure on this. I know a little bit about this. Again, it's something for you guys to look in your manual. So the equipment configuration, basically, what it's telling us is that on an A320, if you choose category M, medium, these are the different categories you can use with this plane. So it will fly DME, it can fly ILS, ACARS, VOR, and I don't know half of these ones. So if you change it to heavy, does that change it? No. Okay. So that's basically it. Alright, so it's just telling you what is equipped with this type of aircraft, and that's the code there. So by clicking all these, unticking or ticking, it will give us a different code, the equipment code at the top here. All right, transponder. There we go. So if you know the type of transponder, that was set to L. Mode S with aircraft ID, pressure, altitude, extended, squitter, ADS-B, enhanced surveillance. All right, it's something I haven't really looked into, but again, if you guys know all this stuff and you love all this stuff, by all means click whatever you want, change what category you want. I leave it default. Okay. ETOPS extended range, guys, basically ETOPS again is something I'm not going to get too much into, but basically ETOPS is if you're flying over an extended range, like over the ocean or over a desert, where there is no airport nearby and you have an emergency like an engine failure or something happens, it basically, you set an ETOPS, you give that plane an ETOPS category. So that plane, like a 777, might be categorized as an ETOPS 120 or a 180 or a 240. So it basically, it's telling you, or the plane can fly. So we just say we're flying from, what did we say we're flying from? Okay, we can't really use this route we've used, yeah, but just say you are flying from London to New York, and obviously you're flying over the ocean, a long stretch of ocean, and we get a engine failure. If we are ETOPS certified, basically 180, that means we can divert to an airport which is within 180 nautical miles. Okay, and I'll show you a little bit on the map what that looks like. All right, and then basically what you do, I think you just click new there. There we go. You got ETOPS 180. Okay, max diversion time is 180 minutes. Max diversion distance is 1052. And ETOPS case 1. You guys, again, this is something. If you guys know all this stuff and you want to add all this stuff, please by all means look at I'm sure there's loads of videos. There's a lot of stuff in the manual about ETOPS, so you can add all these type of ETOPS scenarios: one engine out decompression, all engine out decompression, descent. You can change your speed, your altitude. So it's basically saying if we have an all engine, we got to get basically down to 10,000, etc., etc. Okay, alrighty guys, have a look at that. Okay, so those are a little bit extra there. Okay, so back to our plane, so our aircraft. So we've added all that now, and we click save. Okay, save aircraft. Oh, I was a bit quick there. So what you can do as well as so let's just edit there. So what you can do it as well, you can save it as a template. So if you know that you've got and I've changed it to 767 by mistake. If you know that you're going to fly a lot of 767s in your fleet, you can just save it as a template, and then all you got to do is just change the registration. Alright, so let's put that back to A320. Alright, save that, and there we go. Okay, so everything now, aircraft is added. Again, if you want to change something, you want to change that to that, you just click in there, maximum. So you can change your altitude, flight level, you can change optimum altitude, maximum altitude. I pretty much leave it at default. Step climb, if your plane allows you to do a step climb, you can change no step climb, or 2,000 feet, or a 4,000 feet step climb. Okay, altitude, ceiling capping. So for the A320, it's a ceiling cap of 39,000. If you want to get your ceiling cap to just say 35,000, you just type in 35,000. These things are something very rare. I change. I just let PFPX calculate all these. Okay, payload. You can do a random payload. So you can see up the top here, you've got random payload. Or if you want to do something else, it's telling you our max PAX capacity is 178. So we've only got 100 people on, 100 adults. We got 5 children, and we got 2 babies. There we go. And cargo, we're taking 2,000 kilograms of cargo. Alright, so that's telling you our max zero fuel weight is 61,000, our zero fuel weight is 55,240. If we crank that up, so we've got 150 people, obviously everything goes up, so you can see we're just below our maximum there. Alright, or as I said to you, you just click the random. I normally just click random. Alright, fuel. This is what I mentioned earlier. It depends on where you're flying. Okay, so if you're flying in Australia, it's got Australian regulations, jet aircraft, or Australian regulation piston. If you are flying European regs, ICAO international flight rules, I guess, is everywhere else. Russian Federation, and then all the US stuff. Alright. This flag pissed, this US FAR 12 international operations, I believe this is if you're flying an international plane or a US registered plane, and I might be wrong on this, if you are flying a US registered plane but you are flying out of the United States, so you're flying, say, from Germany, so from Cologne to Amsterdam, but you are flying I believe you choose this one. Alright. But again, I'm sure a quick Google search will give you a bit more explaining on these different policies. Okay, extra time, if you want extra time, so we want extra 30 minutes fuel. Extra fuel, we want to add another 20 minutes fuel. Hold time, just in case we get held, extra 30 minutes. And then the taxi fuel, minimum release, so minimum required fuel or the maximum. So if you choose maximum, it will basically give you everything you've added in your fuel planning. It will give you that a maximum allowed fuel, so it'll pretty much give you everything. So alright, again, ballast fuel is basically how much fuel you've basically got left. Contingency time, contingency fuel, remaining fuel, APU, because obviously if you're using your APU, it's using up fuel. The MEL, CDL, not sure, not 100% sure on these two. They in the manual, have a look. Okay. And then route. You can either get a quick route here. You can see at the top there, quick find route. Or if you have got a flight plan already, if you know the flight plan, if you use something like FlightAware or vRoute or loads of different flight planning software out there, you can just type it in here. Okay, so I'm just going to say build route or find quick route, sorry, and there we go, it's found our route. You can see on the right hand side it is now giving us our route. Alright, and then what's nice about PFPX as well, if you've got the right runways, it should give you the right SID and star as well. So it's giving us Detling 1 Juliet and it's giving us Nor 14. Okay. Again, if you're flying on VATSIM or IVAO, make sure when you speak to the controller and you get your runway clearance or your SID departure, make sure that it is that same one. So he might say to you it's Detling 1 Alpha, for example. I'm just making that up. I think there is a 1 Alpha, but or anyway. So make sure that you change that to Detling. Yeah, and then once you've made an amendment in the route, you always say again build route. Okay, there wasn't a 1 Alpha, that's why it didn't like that, so that you can see why it's defaulted back there. But you know what I'm saying, just make sure that when you choose find route and it gives you your SID, make sure that you're using the same SID as if the controller gave you. Okay, alright, and then alternative airport, so if we need to divert, if you know the airport, you can add it there, or you can say find destination, and there we go. Alright, it's given us, and you can see there it's given us the different airports there as well. Alright, destination, runway, the route, altitude optimal, so optimum altitude, the distance from, so the difference from Cologne is 75, so I'm guessing EDDL, which is Dusseldorf is the nearest one. Alright, and there you go. Okay, so we've added everything now. Advanced, you can add in so remember what I said about your ETOP scenarios. So if you've got ETOP scenarios in your there's no ETOPs, we're not going to have an ETOPs on this route. because I would imagine if there's an engine failure, we would just divert to 101 different airports around Europe. So redispatch, something I've not really, I guess it's it looks like it's oh, okay, so if you want to just redispatch to 30, I guess you yeah, if you want to just add a different fix or a different airport, etc. Speed, altitude holding, guys, I don't really look at this advanced. Flight crew, if you want to change, and all that type of thing. Okay, so we've done our flight now. So we've got our flight from Heathrow to was it Cologne? Yes. We've got all our fuel, our payload, our aircraft is all in. Okay, we've done our route, our alternative. Then what we do, we compute the flight. So now you can see that it gives it to us under our results. So what aircraft, the cruise, destination, the time, so it's going to take us 50 minutes if there's any delay, payload, the release fuel, the burn off fuel, the extra is I think the extra fuel, sorry, yeah, extra fuel, and then if there's any routes or anything, any routes or remarks or anything like that. Okay, details. It shows us all our fuel planning. I actually used the wrong one there. Let me quickly just go back there. Sorry, I was just showing you. There we go. Let's change back to. All right, there we go. Let's compute that again. We can delete the top one. We can just delete the top one. We don't need that. There we go. Okay, so let's go back to details. There we go. So we've got the EU ops now. So it's telling us our trip fuel is 2,289, contingency of 5%, 196. Alternative airport is Düsseldorf, which is telling us 909, 19 minutes. Reserve fuel, final reserve fuel, sorry. The hold fuel, the minimum takeoff, minimum takeoff, and extra fuel, taxi fuel, and then our release fuel. So this is so once it's calculated all those extras, it's given us a release fuel of 5,860, and if everything goes according to plan, we should have 3,406 left. Okay, and then the load, there we go. It's told us our that we've got a limit of 61 and our load is 59,600. We've got our fuel is 5,860. Ramp weight is 65,550. Takeoff weight, landing weight, and we are under load by 1,310. All right. And the payload, the PAX is 155 plus 2, and I think that's for our, I think the 2 PAX is for our pilot, I think, again. I'm not 100% sure on that. Alright, and then the other tab is the flight plan, so I'll go through this as well. So there it's telling us British Airways flight plan, it's IFR, it's BA 789. There's our registration, and we're going from London Heathrow to Cologne. It was prepared on the 11th of March at 2:40 Zulu by me. There's the date there, and it gives us a bit more flight details. Alright, it's telling us the departure, so it's EGL London Heathrow, so it's given the airport code as well. It's 9 right, elevation, arrival is 06. We are going to go speed of Mach 0.78. Initial altitude is 35,000. And we will be staying at 35,000. Fuel is 100%, and then these are around to do with the wind, average wind, etc. All right. Okay. And then it's just giving us our alternative airport. Okay. And then the configuration is standard, PAX is 155, cargo, total, the underload, the 0 fuel weight. So it's basically just repeating a lot of what we saw here. Okay. Alright. And it's given us a bit more on our fuel. Okay. And then it's giving us our times. Then this is our route. Okay. So it's saying it's flight level 350, direct, then to Detling, UL6 DVR, etc., etc. And then it gives us alternative planning. Okay. And then if you come down here, it basically giving us a little bit more information here. So let me just find. So at UL6 airway UL6 waypoint, okay, is DVR as Dover. It's showing us that we're still in the climb mode. We should still be climbing. The wind will be around 114 at 95. Destination remaining, so we still got 246. Fuel remaining, how much fuel is used, and our position. Alright, so we started with 5.8, and then it goes down to 4.9, 4.6, and then obviously the more we go, okay, it's obviously decreasing, and then it's telling you how much we used. So at let's take another one. Yeah. So at UL 607 at Coxley, we're still climbing, but then we should go into our cruise at 35 as well. The wind will be 321 at 056. Distance remaining is 179. Fuel remaining is 4.1. We've used 1.7. And leg and ACC, I can't remember. Oh, that's what we've been flying for 21 minutes. Sorry, that's right, we've been flying for 21 minutes. So okay, and then right at the bottom it's telling us our information, our wind information. So it's while we're climbing at 6,000, 13,000, 20, it's showing you the different winds, how cold it is, and what direction it's coming in. Okay, and then at 30, it's the same thing. At Bupel, it's telling us the same thing. And then our descent, so at 34 will be, and as you can see, it's changing quite a bit, and obviously and then the temperatures as well. And then that's the flight plan ended. Alright. ATC, again, I think it just goes through, it just tells us what our plane is. There was that code, remember the code, what we have on board, so what the plane is categorized at, so it can do VOR, ILS, etc. There's our plan with the cruise altitude, PBN. Alright, I think that's the registration of the plane, and a few other things. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure on all those, but you get the idea. And then weather, it's just a more detailed look at the weather. Alright, so it's telling us a Heathrow at Heathrow, so we've got 160 at 10 knots, Kavok, QNH. So it's just giving us all the different weather details, and then at the destination as well. So we've got 250 knots, 250 degrees at 7 knots. All right, and then QNH is 1030, and then at your alternative airports, obviously you need to know that. Okay, and the NOTAMs. Again, it's something I don't look at too much, so I'm not even going to go there. Alright. Okay, and then once you're happy with that, you just release the flight, and there we go. You can print it out, you can print the plan out, so If you want to close down PFPX, you can close it down and you can have everything printed out, and you can still have access to all the details, the weather, etc. But there's your schedule now. And you know what? One of the latest updates, it gives you all these little suitcases and this little calculation here. And I can't remember. I think it's telling us that we've done all the proper planning. So we've done our route planning and our weight and all that. So, all right, I have forgotten one thing, so I'm just going to go back. So, go back into where you basically plan your flight. Remember, in our plane, let me just quickly show you. Where's our plane? Edit aircraft. So remember, we added a TopCat performance there, and that's wrong as well. Let's just put it back to A320. Let's just save that. So remember, we added that TopCat performance. Okay. So what you can do now as well is you can add your performance. So you can do your takeoff. Alright, so we click that and there we go. Alright, so it's telling us now that our takeoff wax is max, our structural limit is 77,000 kilograms, our runway is 09, our condition is dry, or you can change it to slush, water, snow, etc. Our flaps, I normally use optimum. Thrust configuration exactly the same. Air conditioning on or off. You can put it on. Anti-ice is off. It's telling you the wind there. Okay. So there it's telling you, it's giving us our weather details there. Alright, then what you do is you can calculate. You click calculate. So this is basically now telling us that we can use a config of 1 plus flex. Alright, so if the thrust is flex, so basically when it comes to setting up the FMC, you're using flaps 1 and the thrust is flex. Alright, or you can use a reduced thrust or a full thrust as well. Okay, so it's basically just giving you a little bit of information about the landing, about the takeoff, okay? And it helps you set up the conditions in your plane. So when you go to the FMC, you know that we use a temp of 13, QNH is 1027, and the wind is 160 at 11, okay? And it's telling you the best conditions for what it's giving us, okay, is these ones below here, the conditions there. Alright. Okay, so configuration is flaps 1 and then a thrust is a flex. Alright, and then what you do is you click apply. Alright, it adds it to our plan. You can do landing as well. So our landing in Cologne. So flaps, we know that we're going to use full configuration flaps. Landing mode is manual or auto land. We're going to say manual. Packs are on, anti-ice is off. It's just say it's wet. The winds, that automatically will pick up the wind because it's picking up active sky. And then you say calculate. Alright, so there you know the temperature in Cologne is 9, QNH is 1030, the wind, and there it's telling us, so it's a manual landing, air conditioning packs are on, anti-ice is off, so our V reference is 135 and our V approach is about 140. Okay, so we know that we can add that to our landing configuration when we set up the FMC to land. Alright guys, and then you click apply and you say compute flight, and now it should be, and there we go. So what you want to do, if you don't want to get too confused, you can delete that top, which one was it now? Yeah, it was the top one. So we can delete the top one because I added those. So there we go, we've got our new one there, flight plan, and now you can see the takeoff data and the landing data has now been added. Alright, so just to recap that, once you have filled in your flight plan, you just click takeoff or landing, and then you fill in that. Alright, and I think you can actually do in-flight as well. Yeah, I haven't really looked at this. If you want to replan your flight, you can do alternative aircraft position. It's something I've looked at briefly, but I'm not going to confuse you even more, so I'm not even going to go there. Alright, so now we've added our takeoff data and our landing data. Update performance data. Just see what that is. Okay, now we can release the flight. Say yes, and now the flight has been released now. Okay, so you've got all that information now. Okay, alright guys, and I'm going to show you some more, but that's pretty much how to plan a flight and how to get your fuel, your routes, your weight, etc. in PFPX. Okay, sorry, I think I might have just gone maybe a little too quick there, but guys, please just rewind the video or put in the comments that you don't understand something. I will try help you out as much as I can, even if it's me looking at the manual again and trying to help you out. Alright, but that is just that is how to get you up and running on PFPX. Alright, as I said, I'm going to end it just there. I'm going to show you a couple of things, what you can do. So you want to export this flight plan now. So what you can do is you click export. Okay, and now you can add it to all the different airlines you fly. Okay, so just say, what was that? That was the A320. So I want to send it to my Airbus Extended. So you just click whatever you want. I always have Microsoft Flight Simulator X ticked because I use PFPX. Sorry, I use AvlaSoft EFB. And when I transfer my route to AvlaSoft, it picks up a Flight Sim X file, so I can just easily add that to AvlaSoft EFB. Alright, just say we were doing a level D, so we were flying the 767. We would just click there, and then you would save it. And then just make sure that if you're on a network PC, which you can see I am, just make sure that you have the right location, the right path here. And by doing that, you just highlight the one you want. So just say we want Project Magenta. You click Browse, and then it browses to that file. If you want Quality Wings, you just browse it to like that. Alright, straightforward, easy. Okay, so let's just cancel that. Okay, validate. If you want to validate this plan and you want to validate everything, you just click validate. I don't use it, so I wouldn't worry too much about that. Okay, this is a really nice. So you click the little send button here. Okay, you if you've got TopCat. Alright, I've got TopCat, so you can see that, there we go, and I should have this plane, there we go. Alright, so if you're running TopCat, it will only launch TopCat if you are using the same registration within PFPX and TopCat. Alright, so you must have the same. And then TopCat will automatically open when you click that send. All right. And then within TopCat, you've got a load more options to do, yeah, and I'm not going to get into that, guys, at all. So this is a video purely on PFPX and how to do flight planning and how to do your fuel, etc. But if you do want to do more, work out your performance and takeoff performances better, then I recommend buying TopCat. All right, but I'm just going to quit that for the time being. Okay, and then VATSIM. You click VATSIM, and there we go. If you registered on VATSIM, you said automatically adds everything in, and then you just put in your VATSIM ID, your VATSIM password, and then you say click file flight plan, and then as soon as you log on to FSN or Squawkbox or vPilot, as soon as you connect it, it will pick up your plan. All right, and then the other one is Sky Vector. Okay, so there you go as well. If you guys like using Sky Vector, you can add Sky Vector there and then. Okay, what else? What else? Okay, as you can see here, we've got a map. We've got a map on the side here. So this shows you the airways, the high airways, low airways, the direct to. So let's just let's take the track out. Okay, so all different options for your map here. The flight information regions. So so there we go. It tells you. So we are within the London flight region. There we are within Shannon. We're with Scottish, with Paris, Bordeaux, Marseille, etc., etc. And those are upper information regions. Lower, upper. Okay. Yeah. Again, guys, it's something I don't use too often. And then toggle class 2 airspace. So that doesn't seem to. Oh, there we go. Class 2 airspace. There we go. All right. And then it can show you all the wind directions at different levels. So you can say, so at 30,000, and I think if I remember, the more little lines you got, the stronger the wind is. Am I right? Again, if that's wrong and I'm talking rubbish, just leave a comment. But I'm sure it's the more you have, the stronger the winds are. Well, let's get down to 7,000. Oh, maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Anyway, I'm sure someone will correct me. And then the other way is all adequate airports. Okay, so it's telling me there that those are all the adequate airports we can fly to. I'm guessing with the route we have chosen. Okay, guys, as I said, this is all for you to play around. Whatever suits you, whatever you want to see. I don't bother too much with all this stuff. There's all the intersections as well. Oh. Alright, so you've got loads of different options here. Got auto zoom there. Alright. Okay, you can print it. So if you want to print the plan, as I said, and have it in front of you, or if you want to shut this down, you can just do it there. Traffic. So it will show you everyone who's flying. ATC. Okay. So it can show you, so if I'm on FS Cloud and I'm flying with a whole lot of people, you click FSX there and it will show you, and it's not going to pick up because I don't have a sim running. Okay, you can see everyone who's flying on VATSIM. Just wait for the VATSIM server to pick up. Again, it might not. Oh, there we go. There we go. Okay, so it's showing you everyone who's flying on VATSIM at the moment, and then it's showing you everyone all the ATC online, and there you can see there. let's take that off. There's too much information. There we go. And if you want to see who that person is, you just highlight it. There we go, Josh Fellows. He's just flown from, I think, Algiers to, and he's going to Gatwick, and there's his plan, his flight plan. Mick, and there we go. Right, and then IVAO, if you want to fly on IVAO. Okay, everyone who's on IVAO and all the guys who are doing. I think it might be a setting. I thought if you highlighted a tower or a controller station, that it used to come up with a little ring. Not sure why. Oh, there we go. There's a big map there. I'm not sure why that's not doing it now. I'm sure that did it before. Anyway, not a big deal. And I think you can tell. I think you type in EGKK, and it tells you everyone who's flying. Is that right? Everyone who's flying into Gatwick, I think. Oh, maybe not. Okay. Alright guys, I'm not going to bother too much about that. And then at the end here, you've got a browser as well. You've got your own browser. You can go to the support forum, etc., etc. Alright. Okay. And that's it. Let me just see if I've missed anything else. So root database. Yeah, so these are all the routes. I pick these all up. Yeah, a lot of these get sorted out correctly from Navvy Graph. Every time I load a new Navvy Graph AirAC, I basically click select all and I say check, and this basically checks all my different routes. You can import different routes in as well, or you can add a route as well. So if you know that there's some little bizarre airport you want to fly in and out of, you can just say, type in there, and you can add the route, and then it will add the route as well. All right. And as I said, if you want to import a route, you just click that. What's that? Airport properties. Again, if there's an airport which is not on PFPX, you just type in there the name, the country, the longest runway, and you fill in all the information there. Okay. Waypoint and airway editor. Alright, again, if you know there's something not right, you just can change all this. Alright, loads of information. Oh, sorry, it just took a bit of time there. So the other one is route restrictions. So it's just giving us not available. So yeah, I've not really looked at this as well. Yeah, I guess it's from these different airports. It's saying accept type jet, accept type jet. So yeah, it's just route restrictions, what you're not allowed to do. Fuel. There we go. So if you want to edit basically European regulations, or if you want to do Australian regulations, you can come in here and change all your different all the different text and that. Again, it's something I don't touch. I don't touch any of this stuff, so it's up to you if you guys want to do this. There's the weather. If you're running other type of weather, you can just change the different weather. The tracks is what I said to you about having a subscription model, and that's the options. Alright guys, I think that's it. I'm just trying to think, just before I end this, if there's anything else I have forgotten. I've just seen something here quickly. So I think you can click adequate airports there. I know that doesn't come up now. Okay. Auto redispatch we went through. Alright. Guys, that's it. That is PFPX. As I said to you, all I wanted to do was just show you how to get around it, how to change things, your weight, how to add aircraft, how to add in your fuel, how to get your route, how to do the ETOPS. Sorry, that was a very, very brief overview of ETOPS. How to save it so you can save it onto your FMC, how to send it to TopCat, VATSIM, SkyVector, etc., etc. Alrighty. As always, thank you very much for listening. Thank you for all the support. If you liked the video, please give a thumbs up. If you don't like it, tell me why, and I'll try and improve the best I can. If there's still something you're not sure of, leave a comment down below. If I've made a mistake on something, as with any of my videos, yeah, please tell me. I'm well up for constructive criticism. So please, yeah, let me know if I've done something wrong or not said something, and I will try correct it, obviously. So, alrighty, guys. Thank you as always, and I will catch you next time. Take care. Cheers, cheers. Bye bye.